ZBCN versus XDC. This is NC Hammer Crypto. My name is Neil, keeping technical analysis short and sweet. And Ram said he sold all his XCN for ZBCN. Hopefully that's working out for him. XCN is down 7.41%. And now let's dig into ZBCN. ZBCN is from roughly 2 days ago when he stated he sold it, is down 8.28%. So hopefully you're okay with that. But the reason we weren't going into ZBCN just because it had that pump, even though we were in it for that pump, we sold whenever it was peaking out here around 0.00, I believe 37. And the reason we got out is because it was overbought in the RSI. And with that overbought, it needed a healthy retracement, which it made its healthy retracement back down towards the black upward trend line. Got a little bit of consolidation, as you can clearly see, but it did not hold that as support, and the CM guppy gave out, and it pulled it back down to this price range around 0.0027. Yes, ZBCN is a great utility coin. It is currently a little oversold, but more than likely going to have a little bit of a continuation. The 200 EMA, however, is right here above the previous day close. And we had that major wick off. So the wick off right here on May 27th is stating, hey, there's a lot more sellers than there are buyers for this particular coin. And it had the continuation to create a new lower low. Ideally, for ZBCN holders, you want to see it hold above the 0.00265. It's very close to that price point. We could even extend this upward trend line, and it is below that as well. It's just not looking the best for ZBCN. I'm glad we got out when we did. We scalped a little bit of profit. But those of you who are holding, yes, you're just going to want to continue to hold if you're in the red. But there is the possibility of this to have a continuation all the way back down to 0.002. If we do a Fibonacci retracement from the bottom to the top, 618 is right here at the 0.00249. Ideally, typically with Fibonacci retracement, that is where we want to find that support at. It's outside of the channel, which is this black downward trend line. That is considered our support at the current moment, and that's only the real considered support. This thing can go past the 618 on the Fibonacci retracement and come down to the 0.002 as explained. So we know that the 618 in the reverse is up here around 0.005. Yes, that is double money. Yes, there are better opportunities out there. So I'm personally not entering back in to ZBCN until we get a confirmation that we have some type of support, and ideally until we get over this 200 EMA right here. We want to be holding well above roughly 0.003 to actually be looking for an entry opportunity for those of you who are new to ZBCN and have not entered. Watch it in the meantime. Everything's kind of going down a bit due to war and whatever political thing that's out there. So keep an eye on it. And for those of you who are new to the channel, it's specifically because of ZBCN, definitely check out the reference link below for the game Roller Coin. I keep bringing it up because it's making me a ridiculous amount of passive income. I come in, I click one button. By using that reference link, you get 1,000 Satoshi Bitcoin free. And clearly, all of these coins that have been mined, 800 Doge, 91 XRP, pretty much a majority of these coins, 0.7 Solana, have just been earned passively through this game. So use that reference link, get yourself some free crypto, and join NC Hammer Crypto to earn profit. As for XDC, for those of you who are following those influencers saying sell everything you own and buy XDC, or I think it was XVM I was referring. XDC is better than XVM, but we're talking about XDC. It's in correlation with XRP, and XRP is waiting to break out of the channel. XDC, however, is pretty much trying to bottom out. It's finding support from previous history back here before we had that major pump. So we're going to go ahead and draw a little happy tree right here and a little happy tree right here. That's our fair value gap. So XDC clearly back in February 5th came down, tested the previous support zone, had that pump. CM Geppy's way too strong, but over the course of these months, it's been thinned out and it's trying real hard to turn green. RSI is very healthy, but it's still possible for XDC to come back down to the 0.029, tested as support again, and ideally, that is where we want to find support, and we could be building higher lows from that price point. But there's still the possibility, depending if Bitcoin breaks to the downside of the channel, that XDC could enter the fair value gap, but more than likely find some support within this area. So if you have not entered into XDC, keep an eye on it, but more importantly, keep an eye on Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is the leader. If Bitcoin holds within this channel, these two black upward trend lines right here, then we can expect a further consolidation and a little bit more bullish momentum. Ideally, it needs to get over that 200 EMA before altcoin season can kick off. So hopefully that's helpful. We will get more in depth into it. Write in the comments below if you want to continue to see ZBCN or XDC or XVM, and I will cover those for you guys. But I'm trying to keep this video short. Like, subscribe, become members to get the insight before the coins actually pump, knowing 50% is going to save animals' lives. Good luck, have fun with it, and I will see you guys on the next one.